If you are a naturalized U.S. citizen, this is a direct threat to your status. The U.S. government is actively increasing its effort to revoke citizenship from naturalized Americans. Hello, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to Voices with the Qalbi immigration and business side of the channel. The Department of Justice, DOJ, has made denaturalization, the process of taking away your citizenship, a top enforcement priority, creating a dedicated section to pursue these cases, guys. We're going to break it down, the specific legal grounds they're using, who's most at risk, and the crucial links you need to read now to protect your family's futures and yourself. I am a naturalized citizen, guys. Anyways, let's go to the podcast. So there are two legal grounds you can say for denaturalization, right? Denaturalization is the most extreme action the government can take against a naturalized citizen. It can occur through a judicial order, either civilly or criminally, and there are fundamental two ways that they can pursue you under. It's like a US 8 something. It's a number let me put the number on the screen. So under that section, so illegally procured naturalization. So this means you are not eligible for naturalization in the first place. Perhaps you failed to meet the residency requirement, the continuous physical presence requirement, or the requirements of lawful admission for permanent residency, right? So the key is that even if you were innocent of any deception, if they find that you did not meet the core eligibility requirement at the time of your oath, your naturalization was illegally procured. So you illegally obtained citizenship. Step 2 or ground 2 is procurement by concealment or willful misrepresentation. So this is the most common and most dangerous ground. The government must prove you made a false representation or concealed a fact. 3, the misrepresentation or concealment was willful. You intended to deceive them. So deception, right? Even in our religion, if you're a Muslim, deception is no, it's a big no. So 3, concealed or misrepresented fact was material. So this means it had a tendency to affect the decision that they were going to give you. Now, the danger zone is that this covers everything from lying about membership in the community party, failing to disclose a prior minor arrest, or lying about material history during your green card or citizenship application process, right? So the material fact does not need to be the one thing that would have you stop your naturalization. It just needs to have the tendency to affect the office's decision. So the proof, the civil denaturalization case, the government only needs to meet the standard clear, convincing, unequivocal evidence, which is much lower bar than beyond a reasonable doubt used in criminal cases, right? So the president said the danger is not just the law, it is the intent and the infrastructure that is now being activated. First, the DOJ has just made denaturalization a top enforcement priority for its civil division, right? They have dedicated a denaturalization section specifically created to investigate and litigate these cases against terrorists, war criminals, and other fraudsters, signaling a massive funneling of resources into this area. So there's gonna be hectic over here, okay? So second, the motivation, I feel like, is political, right? Following the tragic shooting incident this week that happened, last week now, we're in December, that happened with the National Guard and stuff, the president himself explicitly vowed to denaturalize immigrants who undermine domestic tranquility, and end quote. So to remove citizens from those, deemed non-compatible with Western civilization, the West is civilized. Oh. So while legal experts state that the law does not currently allow denaturalizations on the basis of political views or undermining domestic tranquility, this rhetoric signals a willingness to test legally unsupported theories to push the boundaries of the law. And this administration is known to do that, okay? So one thing that I would say you can take away from this is that there is no status of limitation on civil denaturalization proceeding. They can come from a lie that you told 20 years ago if you've been a U.S. citizen for 20 years or plus, okay? So if you are a naturalized citizen, you must be proactive, it's if you have nothing, I feel like, for most parts, most Africans, there was nothing that we lied about. So I'm clear, my family's clear. But if you feel like there's a risk that you might have said something you wasn't supposed to say, you filled that form out incorrectly, the greatest risk is the discrepancy between your green card application and your naturalization application. If there's a potential issue, you must speak with an attorney who specializes in this kind of denaturalization defense and stuff like that. So to help you and your attorney understand the exact legal framework being used, here are some official government resources you can review. I'm going to link it below. Okay, again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just providing this memo information as we receive them. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, be sure to leave it in the comment section. Be sure to share this, subscribe. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fi amanillah.